101. Taken to social media communication retraining.
Please, no. You don't have to take me there. Why? There's nothing I won't confess. Nothing. Take him instead of me. He's the thought criminal. It's him you want.
Sure. Why not? You know, people have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. You know, what a terrible thing to do that is.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. A lot of people kind of scoffed at the 1984 comparisons that we've all been making for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years at this point. But that's all kind of slowly coming true, at least parts of it anyway. Now we have, a free thinker in Jordan B. Peterson in Ontario has now been sentenced to re-education to keep his job. A literal social media re-education camp. I'm not kidding. This is absolutely real. And if people don't pay attention to this, it won't just be something that happens in Canada or in the UK. It'll be here in the United States. We're already trending that way with many totalitarian progressives in government that want to make words illegal. And you have, college universities saying, here's a list of this year's words that we can't use. This via a tweet thread from Jordan B. Peterson this morning. Breaking. The Ontario College of Psychologists has demanded that I submit myself to mandatory social media communication retraining with their experts for, among other crimes, retweeting Pierre Poilievre, I don't know who that, sorry, and criticizing Justin Trudeau and his political allies. I have been accused of harming people, although none of the complaints involved in the current action were clients of mine, past or present, or were even acquainted with any of my clients. I'm going to take a course of such training with reports documenting my progress, or face an in-person tribunal and suspension of my right to operate as a licensed clinical psychologist. This is in Canada. This isn't in some weird country you never heard of before. This is, right above, a couple hundred miles above me, America's hat. And this is insanity. This is, a governing body of this field saying that you aren't allowed to express opinions that we deem quote unquote harmful, which again, opinions aren't harmful. They're just opinions. They're just words. This is just the next level in you can't do your job. This is how they control you, right? But when I say they, I mean totalitarians, your government. We saw here through the Twitter files in the United States that we had FBI agents actively policing and infringing on, in my opinion, the First Amendment rights of United States citizens, not governors, not mayors, not police, not senators, citizens, not influencers, not creators, not widely popular people with 2 or 3 followers. The FBI was watching them. Quote, or he continues, about a dozen people from all over the world submitted complaints about my public statements on Twitter and Rogan over a 4-year period. Out of the 15 million who follow me on social media, claiming that I had, quote, harmed people, not them, with my views. Elon Musk chimes in with the double exclamation point. This is absolutely insane. I mean, it's insane. They're saying, well, we don't like what you tweet, so you cannot work anymore. Ontario College of Psychologists attempt to strip Jordan Peterson of his license. By the way, this is on the National Telegraph. Nobody's even talking about this. You know why it's important? You know, I know a lot of like maybe US media says, oh, it's in Canada, whatever. I don't know. I don't know why they don't cover it more, but like you get that that's the policies that people are trying to implement here in the United States, right? First, it was just in the UK. Taught a dog a trick. They try to put you in jail. Then it was in Canada, across the ocean. Now it's right at our doorstep, and it's on the lips and tongues of many of our progressive politicians. This, thankfully, Mark Patrone covered it, saying, Canadian psychologist and author Dr. Jordan Peterson could be stripped of his license to practice clinical psychology over his sharing of political posts on social media. Not that he needs it, by the way. I doubt does he still take clients? That seems unlikely. Who could even afford him? But it's the principle of it. The College of Psychologists in Ontario, which regulates the profession in his home province, has disciplined Peterson over the sharing of political posts on Twitter. Peterson says he got in hot water with the college because he retweeted posts about PM Justin Blackface Trudeau, conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, and other people. The college has ordered Peterson to undergo mandatory social media communications retraining. It's like a re-education camp to modify his objectionable behavior. It's unclear what it is about the tweets or the sharing of them that may actually violate the college's code of ethics. Either way, Peterson says he will not comply. I have absolutely refused to do so, said Peterson. The next step for the college is to demand he submit an in-person disciplinary hearing. If Peterson does not satisfy the college and commit to changing his behavior, it could strip him of his license to practice, which is what they intend to do, right? Canada has been given over to the commissars, Peterson said. Something I'd never see, I thought I'd never see in my lifetime. He says he'll make sure to issue the public. He'll make the issue public in the days ahead. Some of the posts that may be drawing the ire of the college include one on December 24th in which Peterson tweeted out a link to Conrad Black's column in the National Post, a moral imperative for Justin Trudeau to resign. Or perhaps I had this one where he wrote, I learned to watch for people's psychological age during my years doing intensive clinical work. Justin Trudeau appears to be perpetually 14 years old. A joke. A joke. Right? These are jokes. And they want to take away his job. This, of course, a week after Jordan Peterson issues a dire warning, woke totalitarian social credit system is highly probable. Of course it is. I wonder if that's why they're on him. Maybe this is why they're more interested in the things that he's saying. Canadian psychologist, author, and famous anti-woke thinker Jordan Peterson warned Western countries that totalitarian social credit system is coming to their societies is highly probable. We see this type of thing. China, where was that commercial where somebody was like buying a bottle of water and they were like, yeah, it wasn't Japan or China. It was like a white chick, blonde chick, Norway, Sweden, something like that. It was insane. Buy a bottle of water with only your face. Yeah, right. In a recent interview with Australia's Sky News, Peterson claimed that the policies and restrictions implemented by the Western nations during the coup may pave the way for automated social credit and digital passport system that would endanger the rights of citizens. He also said that most of the public has no idea that it could happen. Sky News' Rita Panahi introduced the topic asking, do you think what we did during the coup could usher in a version of our social credit system? Yeah, of course. It was a dry run, in my opinion. Without hesitation, Peterson responded by saying, oh, yes, definitely. Yes, that's highly probable. She followed up and said, and that will be accepted by many people. They won't even notice, her guest interjected, adding, you can't believe how much people don't know these things. Yeah, well, of course. I mean, look at all the people that were running. Remember when people were like tattling on their neighbors for having guests over during the lockdowns? Remember that? People are having, oh, you had people over Thanksgiving. I'm calling the cops. That happened. I mean, I think that, for all of the battles that Jordan B. Peterson has had in the past year, he is still an extremely important voice against this type of thing. And, it's very clear to me that his government wants him silenced. And so they'll take away his ability to earn money. Now, it's Jordan Peterson, right? He probably gets a huge check from the Daily Wire. He doesn't need his psychology money, but that's just the start, right? This is what they did to Alex, right? Social media basically dry ran unpersoning somebody with Alex Jones, in my opinion. And then once they did that, it was like, oh, we'll just do it to Andrew Tate. We'll do it to Donald Trump. We'll do it to whoever they want because they have all the systems in place then. Jordan B. Peterson is just a dry run, right? It'll be so much easier to get, John Q. Public fired from their job for opinions, force them into re-education camps. It's absolutely diabolical. Make sure you leave a like on this video. If you haven't yet, subscribe. I'll continue to follow up on this case as Jordan shares more with us. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you again real soon.